Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 10 of our FTB Skies Let's Play series, where today I was not satisfied with last episode and our compression dynamo with our refined fuel, or our tree oil. So I'm setting up refined fuel processing with thermal to see if can thermal compete. Can we compete with all the other mods that are out there that generate power? So yeah, let's get started. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where if you saw last episode, you saw the intro where an endermite happened to spawn. I record the intros after the episode, that way I kind of know what I did that episode, because it doesn't always go to plan. So I record the intros after that endermite spawned. I killed it. So I went ahead and did the thing. And with the endermite, when you kill an endermite, you end up getting endstone out of it. 4 endstone makes an endstone brick or something like that. Yeah, endstone bricks. And endstone bricks are used to generate endstone. So we now have endstone being generated. Endstone being generated is a beautiful thing, because when we have endstone being generated, we can put it into our sifter and we can get ender pearls. Ender pearls. Oh, after we crush it. Ah, yeah, I forgot we got to crush it. I got too excited. I got ahead of myself there, okay? Just a little bit. Can I have you? Can you give me? I might have to break you. I had to break you to get the endstone out of there. Come on, buddy. You'll notice I have a pedestal here. I also have some stuff in my to-do list. Where's that hopper? Did the hopper go? Oh my goodness. The hopper went into the other hopper. Can my magnet be faster, please? Thank you. Jeez Louise. I have to crush the endstone in order to sieve it. Forgot about that part of the process, but that's okay. It's not too big of a deal because we can get crushed endstone, and then crushed endstone can be sieved up. And we get a 30% chance of ND pearls and dimensional shards. So maybe I should go and, instead of doing this, maybe I should do this with the iron auto hammer, just like we have here. Let's get rid of this and this drawer. Let's get ourselves, we have an extra auto hammer. We got some from a quest. Why are you big again all of a sudden? I did have to reload the world. Maybe that's why. I don't know. The world crashed. Got some Cube.js errors for some reason. Anyway, let's do, I think that one there. Is that accurate? Blue? No, I should rotate it. Okay, let's do it here. Like that. And then that'll get the endstone. And then I can put the drawer here. Unfortunately, the drawer does have regular endstone in it. And I'm probably going to want regular endstone at some point. But hey, is what it is. We can always set up another one. We can make some more endstone bricks. It's not that big of a deal. I need my locking tool so I can unlock this. Take that out, let that crushed endstone go into there, and now we should be okay. Like, if I want more endstone bricks, wow. There we go. Endstone bricks crafted. Done. Now I don't have to worry about it. And I've got a bunch of endstone anyway that I can use for other things. Okay, so we got crushed endstone. Again, yes, I could put a hammer in here, and it'll just automatically generate the crushed endstone. Does it really matter? Like, I mean, I have this. It's not that big of a deal, especially if I AFK and let it sit for a while. It'll be fine where it is, as is. Okay, I'm not too concerned about that. All right. So anyway, that's that. It's doing its thing, and we're hunky-dory with it. I did get 2 more pedestals here, and I got this because I am not satisfied. This should be better, and I don't like that it's not. And I looked at the compression dynamo and I realized the TheAndrata, you know, I went with what I knew. I went with the tree oil. I know it's easy to make. It's an automatic renewable resource and everything, but it generates 1 million RF per bucket of this. If we go with refined fuel, we end up with 1.5 million RF. So I'm like, let's give it a fair shake before I end up switching to something else. Let's set up a refined fuel process and go that route, because it's not terribly too difficult to do. So compression dynamo takes refined fuel. Refined fuel comes from a fractionating still of 2 ways, either light oil or heavy oil. Light oil gets us more refined fuel, but it's a slightly longer process to get there because we have to clean up our oil essentially. Or heavy oil gets us tar and 75 millibuckets. So it's really not that big of a difference, but it is a difference. So we'll go for the one that's going to get us a better chance of it. So light oil is also made in a fractionating still with crude oil specifically, not oil from Ad Astra, crude oil. And with that, that gets us bitumen and it gets us heavy oil and light oil, which actually means that we can craft even more refined fuel by using this in another fractionating still. So really, I should get another fractionating still so I can even have more chance of getting refined fuel. So with that light oil coming from a fractionating still with crude oil is going to come from us either centrifugal separating soul sand or magma crucibling bitumen. Either way, we are going to get both. So we're going to end up going both routes because I will get a magma crucible to melt up this bitumen that we're getting. But we just need to centrifugal separate soul sand. And soul sand, we have the capability of getting infinite of. So I'm not too concerned with this. It's again another infinite process. In a normal pack, you would not have access to infinite soul sand. So this is not necessarily a way that you could do outside of a skyblock or something that gets you infinite soul sand. But soul sand is something that we can generate using our material generator by having soul soil on a pedestal. So I think I want to go this route and see if we can't make this better. Okay. I don't like how it is right now. I don't like that it's just slow. It's not really working. Our power over here, look, we're running out. Our battery is not full. It's slowly going down. So let's see if we can't do something about it. Like, I don't want to give up. Now, again, like I said, soul sand is not a renewable resource in most packs, so it's not like this is something that you'd be able to do if you were playing like Enigmatica 6 or something like that. But let's set my direction to east now so that... Oh, wrong one. Let's set my direction to west. Let's set my direction here to west. So that when I come into this one, now I'm facing this way, because I'm going to be going up and down a lot. And we're going to set it up down here, and we're going to see if that works. And we'll have another compression dynamo and a whole nother setup. It's not like I'm going to tear this down. We went through the process. We'll leave this going, but we'll see if we cannot make it better. Yeah? Okay. So with that, let's go ahead. Our first step is we have to get soul sand generating. So let's go ahead and get soul sand generating. Oh, does the dank not work with quark? That is a good thing to know. So the dank and quark do not work together. Okay. That I did not know. But that's, one little flaw in the dank is not worth me ever not using it again. So let's get ourselves soul sand. Now to get soul soil. In order to get soul soil, if you remember, we have to go and crushing macerate this. So we just take it and pop it into here. I did not AFK in between episodes yesterday, so we do not have time in a bottle for anything. So this episode might have quite a few cuts as we wait for things to process if we end up needing to, because I can't speed it up. And sitting there watching things sometimes is boring. Okay, so soul soil, take our pedestal, pop this guy here. I have two if I wanted to export. I don't know. We'll see. We have it just because I had that other pedestal that we took apart. But we're getting soul sand generated, and it's not terribly too slow. So we have the soul sand portion of things going. So our first step is to centrifugal separate that full soul sand. So let's get ourselves a centrifugal separator. I did check to make sure that we had everything that we were going to need, or at least the resources to be able to craft all this stuff. So we should hopefully be good to go here. We'll find out as we go along. Centrifugal separator. I'm also going to want to get another wireless because I'm going to need some power. I need something to kickstart this whole process. So we'll have to use the power that we have. So what I should do is I need another wireless node. Do I have one? I don't think so. No. And I don't know if I have enough of those things. Oh, I do. Okay, good. What I should have is a wireless transfer node coming off of my battery. So that way my battery is not having to... I don't have my power gen is not going into my battery and going out to machines. I want everything all power to go into the battery and then from the battery out to the machines. Does that make sense? I need a buffer. I want the battery to act as a buffer between my power gen and my power usage. So that means I need to come down here and I would take this guy out and put him elsewhere. Let's come on over here. I'm going to want my upgrade. Pipes. I guess that just searches the mod by just typing pipes because that does not have pipe in. Oh, I guess it does say improved pipe. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get a energy pipe. We're going to pop that there. We'll go ahead and get our transfer node. Put him here, and we're going to go ahead and extract out of there. So it's going to extract out of there into this guy. We'll go ahead and upgrade it to be able to extract, what is that, 1,000 RF per tick with this? 8,000 RF per tick. And if we put this back in here, that'll now power our thing down there. And if I get another GPS card, no, I'm going to need another one of those, aren't I? Because you're sending two, yeah, because it has to send. Does it have to send to one of these guys or? It's a good question, actually. Can I just send power directly to machines? Or does it have to go into a node? Find out. No, it can go directly into machines. I don't need. Yeah, okay. Oh, that actually changes things because that means I don't need this. I don't know why I didn't try that in the first place. I don't need that down there. I can use just the one. This can go, so I don't even need, and I don't need this down here either. Because it can just go straight into there too. Oh yeah, this is going to be, that changes things quite a bit. So that means this GPS card, I just need to have go here. Doesn't matter which one. Let's just reset them both. So this GPS card is going to go straight to that. And that'll transfer at as fast as it possibly can, I'm going to assume. And then, so that's going into the battery. And then the battery has power coming off of it. I can make this less ugly now. Instead of having to have this. I mean, it's like an antenna, but it doesn't have to be. I can have this here. Okay, come on. Go ahead and land. We could have this go here. This come off of here and go here. And then the wireless node can chill here. And then we will set that to be an extract on this guy. There. And then upgrade it with the diamond. So now anything that goes in there will get diamond power extracted out of it. And then this is still turned off. So that's still just coming out of the battery to power this line of machines. But now we can set up GPS points to pop into this guy, and they can power machines directly. I did not know that. That is actually pretty darn good. I like that. So I'll reset both of these. And one of those does need to be for this. Let's not forget that. So you are going to be, which can I name these? That'd be very nice if I can name them. Maybe in an anvil, but it's not that big of a deal. So now this guy will get his power. But now we can come down here and we can actually set this up. Okay. What I would like would be, yeah, it's not going to be possible. Okay, so centrifugal separator is going to go ahead and sit itself. Let's let this be the first part of our line. And then we're going to need to get power into this. And then this is going to be a power loop because it's going to be coming off of the battery into this, and that's perfectly fine. But if we put this in here, now that centrifugal separator has power, so it'll be able to run and do its thing. Now we're going to auto input, and it's going to auto input from the back. Can that pull straight from there? It can. I don't even need to set up a pipe. So that's going to pull from there, and it should start doing this. Wow, is that absolutely the slowest thing I've ever seen in my life. Let's go ahead and let's get a hardened integral. That is going to go absolutely slow. We need hardened integral components and the speedinators. There's a speedinator that makes it require more power, but it is faster. At thermal, it's like an efficiency or something like that. It is process speed, but reduces efficiency. Uses more power, but goes faster. We do need electrum plates, so let's get electrum. And then it's 2, 4. I'm going to need a couple more electrum. Gold and silver. We'll go ahead and pound up what electrum we have. There we go. That'll get me the rest. I might be able to do a little bit of it. Just got to be conservative with it. I can't be going 2 or 128x like I have been. So that should get me these flux linkage amplifiers. I just need some lead gears. I'm going to need 6 of those. Okay, now that'll allow this machine to go faster because it is slow. But if we put this in there and those in there, now it should be, not as fast as it could be, but much faster than it was. So we are getting out of this, we're getting the crude oil that we needed. We're also getting nether quartz, which is great. We can have nether quartz. And we're getting tar and bitumen. So what I should get set up is a drawer, but a 4x4 drawer, so that all of those exports can go out somewhere so that we have somewhere to put them. Let's get chests. Interesting. I pressed 8, which I expected to get me 32 chests, but maybe I just don't have enough wood for all that. That's perfectly fine if that's the case. Let's put that in there. And let's get upgrades. You never know. Let's get a gold upgrade. And then probably after that, a void upgrade. I do have a void upgrade, so we can make that happen. And we can go ahead and set this chest here. And we can go ahead and pop the upgrade. And I like to always have my void upgrades at the end. Though it doesn't let me. Oh, no, these are utilities. At the end here. That way, I don't know. I just do. It's just how I like to have it. And we'll go ahead and output up to the top. And that should push the items up to the top. Yeah, and it's going to do it every process. So now the items are up here. We can go ahead and lock this. And the reason I put the gold upgrade in there is because when we have a drawer can hold 2,048 items, but when it total per drawer. So when it's split into 4 like these, each of these will hold 512. So we put a gold upgrade in there, which now bumps each one up to 8,192, which should be more than we're ever going to have in this. And if it ends up happening, we will have a void upgrade on there so we can void them out. But the crude oil is what we're here for. We're looking to get this crude oil so that we can process this. So that takes care of the first step, and we'll let that run and continue to do its thing. Now, currently it is using 160 RF, and we are not generating 160 RF. So we're not generating any power from that. So we are draining our battery here pretty significantly. Let's go over here, and we'll grab some coal and run coal through the Sterling dynamo that we have down here, at least, to get that going. And you are not making rosin. Let's go ahead and unlock this, get you out of here, put the coal in there, and we'll have the coal push into there. And since you are just so absolutely slow, let's just do this to have this generate more power for us for now. You're not doing terribly too much, so we'll let this generate the power and keep this going. We're going to be on a time limit, but we also can charcoal or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so that's taking care of that. It also means I don't need that pedestal. So that took care of that. Our next step would be to get ourselves a magma crucibling the bitumen will get me some more of that crude oil, won't it? That gets me crude oil as well. So it'd be kind of nice to have a bucket for that. I could have the magma crucible sit on top, and then I'd like to make it not terrible looking overall either, if I can avoid terrible looking. Nether bricks, magma crucible, invar gears, and a magma crucible. So that will allow me to cook this bitumen that's coming out. Okay, let's set the auto output to be off for the moment then. Because the bitumen I want to come out of here. The tar and the nether quartz is fine to go in here, but I want the bitumen to come in first. So is there a way I could do that makes sense? I could lock this. I could set it so only tar and only nether quartz are in here. And then the bitumen would have nowhere else to go but over to the magma crucible. I could have fluid output from both of these into a tank. Yes, okay. So let's do that. So what that means is I need to empty this really quick, unlock it, clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set tar to be up at the top and the bottom, nether quartz be bottom and bottom, lock that, turn the auto output back on to the top. Now everything will come out except for the bitumen. Right? Good. Now the bitumen can go to the right. I need a GPS card so I can program the magma crucible to get power. And that takes care of all of our coal generating or our crude oil generating processes. So now the magma crucible should be getting power, and it should be getting the bitumen, which means if I turn auto input on the left, that should be going in there, and we're going to get the crude oil. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a fluid drawer so we can store all of this liquid. No planks. Am I out of logs? No, I have plenty of logs. Let's grab a full stack and then half stack it, and then we'll just go ahead and sawmill this really quick just to get extra. But I'm going to grab what I need for now, and then I'll just let it run. The sawdust isn't going to hurt either because we'll take the extra stuff in a bucket. And a fluid drawer. And that's going to hold our crude oil. Bam. Crude oil will end up going there. So this can actually just output to the top and auto output. I am going to have to run a fluid pipe for the centrifugal separator, though, in order to get the crude oil into it. So let's see here. The least terrible looking path for this is going to be behind it. Luckily, having wireless power is nice. Like, I'm not going to complain about having the ability to have wireless power for all of these machines. That's nice that I guess I don't know why I didn't think of that before. So we'll go ahead and you to here. This is not very pretty, but functional. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. It helps if you also ask for more fluid pipes. Fluid pipes. Just 16 buckets. Just stop bothering me. I don't want to deal with not having all the stuff. You go there. I should just make a stack of those, but I mean, I'm not resource limited, but I am to a degree. Okay, so you are going to output on the bottom and auto output. And you're auto inputting to the back, top, and the right. Yeah, okay. And then I just need to do this, and that should start filling up with the crude oil. And I don't think I need an upgrade on that. Oops. Okay, so we have crude oil being generated in our drawer here. And I think that's going to work. We can lock that. And this can hold 32 buckets. If we end up needing more, we end up needing more. We'll see what ends up happening there. And the bitumen, I have extra. So we can go ahead and even throw that into it as well. And that's good. So tar will fill up. And that's now 16,256 tar. That'll be in, or 16,000 of each of these in there. So we should be perfectly fine. Okay, so that was the bitumen, that was the magma crucible, that was the soul sand, that was the centrifugal separator. We now have crude oil being generated. Now we need to work on getting ourselves light oil. In order to do so, we take that crude oil and throw it into a fractionating still. So let's get ourselves a fractionating still. Yes, Invar gear, 2 of those. And fractionating still is going to require some of these. So let's get 8 of those and throw them in again. Fractionating still, there we go. I did make some extra machine frames too, so that way we had them. Fractionating still can come on in here. We can go ahead and throw that down. Let's get another GPS guy. Out of them, GPS coordinator. Luckily, I made some of that extra carbon paper. Not that it's really that difficult to make, but now we have GPS cards. And we can go ahead and do that and throw that in here. The only disadvantage with this cyclic thing is that it is limited in slots that it has available to it. But we can always just throw another one on there, and it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so this guy should now be getting power. How are you doing? Okay, you're still running. I mean, you're powering this whole process right now, so I hope you're doing okay. So now the fractionating still is going to need to get the crude oil, so we'll go ahead and do that. You are going to extract from there, and you are going to input on your top. So now we have crude oil coming into this. And again, we're going to need upgrades on all of these machines. Hardened integral components. Gold gears, 8 of those. And now you are producing heavy oil and light oil. Good. Now the light oil gets processed through another fractionating still to make ourselves the refined oil. So let's get another fractionating still going. I think I honestly need one more fractionating still for that heavy oil portion of things, don't I? Yeah, I'm going to have to see what the heavy oil cost is. But for now, is there a 2x2 fluid drawer? So I could just have those liquids come out of there. There is a 1x2 fluid drawer. I could have all the fluids go out into a fluid drawer here. And then that way I could have another fractionating still for the heavy. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. So let's put this here, and then you'll auto output to the right. You're also getting bitumen, which I need to end up pushing that to the left back into the magma crucible. And then you can auto input from the right. Oh, and that gets that going. That's actually pretty good. So now we're getting heavy oil and light oil. Okay, so then the light oil needs processing in the fractionating still to get a sulfur dust. Yeah, we need another. Oh, shader's reloaded. Okay, I need 2 more fractionating stills. I wonder how I could make sure that only. I mean, I guess does it matter? Yeah, it kind of does. Mainly because they have different outputs. Let's get another fractionating still here. And like I said, I know that I could easily have set up a mechanism by now and not have had to do any of this and had a gas burning generator. But my goal here is to see, does thermal have a chance of competing? You know what I'm saying? Like, can this be done? And we are almost out of power in our battery. Can thermal handle the power gen that we're going to need for this process is my question. Okay, these two are filling up. From the bottom, auto inputs, does it pull? Yes. And then from the left, auto inputs. What I don't want to happen is to mix, though. I'd like to say only put light oil in this one and only put heavy oil in this one. But I guess if I'm going to set up a drawer, it doesn't really matter. Like I'd have drawers sitting in the back of each one for their outputs. Okay, I need another fluid drawer, but I want a regular one, not a 2x2 or a 1x2. So then that's going to do this, and then those can auto output above, and you can auto output to the right. And that should be getting refined fuel into this. And then finally, the refined fuel can go into a compression dynamo. And the compression dynamo can sit here and putting its power into a energy transfer node. With a GPS coordinate of the battery. Oops. That there. And then come down here, put that in there. Okay, so now any power that comes out of here will go in there. But okay, so then I need a pusher upgrade so I can push the fluid out to the right. Hopefully that pusher upgrades work in fluid drawers. So I want to push to the north. And it goes into there. And then that goes into there. And you're generating 40 RF per tick. So it's the same thing. It does generate more power per bucket of refined fuel, though. But it's a long process to get the refined fuel, though. And I'm going to need to get a drawer, an item. So I need a 1x2 drawer. for the outputs of these two, and that can sit. And I like that this is all too high, and it's going to be everything's too high except for this one drawer. So that'll sit there, and then we'll just get item pipes coming out of here and here up to here. Extract, extract. So now on the back, you can be an output, and the back, you can be an output, and that should. Why didn't that link up to the drawer? Huh? Oh, because that's an energy pipe, dingus. Let's do item pipes. Those are yellow. You and you to you and you. And then do I need to? Yeah, auto out. It does have to be. Okay. Oh, we have another endermite coming out. Got to go take care of that. Come on over here, buddy. 3 endstone this time. Oh, you know what? I had looting. That's why I ended up getting 4 endstone last time. So I ended up getting lucky to get enough for that. But that's going to take care of that. I want to get a void upgrade on that eventually at some point. But for now, it's okay. We can go ahead and lock that. So then we end up getting those resources in there. Okay. That's not terrible. I can live with that. Yes. Okay. But I mean, this is constantly running, and it's actually backstuffed on refined fuel. Granted, there's no upgrades in it. But this is also generating 320 RF. It's generating. We're getting more power from the resin. Oh, and you know what? That's only because there's coal in here. We're not even getting power from the resin. What upgrade did you have in you? And what upgrade do you have? Give me you. You can come out of there. Let's throw that in there. Gives it more room plus more fuel. I just want to see, like, am I going to burn through my back stuff, or am I net refined fuel? You know what I'm saying? Because it lasts so long. Do I net the refined fuel out of this? It's about to use something. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, we ended up with more refined fuel right now. It is burning it faster, though. And we're producing 480 RF, plus this is producing 80. Let's get some hardened components and plug them into all those machines to make them just run faster. As fast as they can. With our current capabilities. So we'll do that. We'll do that. So you already got one. Then you got one. Okay. So now we're getting fuel. These are running a little faster. And we could even put those speedinators in here, though they're going to use more power for it. Yeah, because we've got to keep in mind that we're only generating 480, and that's powering our process. So this is 40, this is 40, this is 40, this is 160, and 160 every time this is processed. We're making power, but all of our power is going to making power. So I don't think that we're actually net. Okay, we're net gaining here a little bit, but like not by much. We're not really doing too good. And yeah, just upgrading those 2 machines put us over on our power. And that's just bumping them up to 40. Man. So it's just, I wanted thermal to be able to be good, but it's not. That's all there is to it. It's not. Now tar, isn't that another process I can make? I could turn tar into oil. But that's another or something. Oh, no. Tar can just be directly burned in a Stirling dynamo. So I guess I could bring that tar over here and pump it into this as well with the Stirling dynamo, just like we have here. And then that can go, but and that tar too. Well, like, is it really worth? Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, you're backstuffed on your crude oil. And you have 13 buckets. I guess we don't need this to be as fast anymore. Now that we have it pretty decent, we have a back stuff. I don't think we need this to be as fast. Oh, I don't know. That's started going down now too. But you're also back stuffed. Maybe one. But that makes it a little faster. And you are my bottleneck there. So maybe you can have that. So then this is not bottlenecking on the light oil. Ideally, these all would be completely empty. Because what needs to happen is this needs to be backstuffed, and then everything else could start backstuffing on power. This thing is still just not ideal. And then once we run out of this coal, we're going to lose out on 80 RF of the power that we're generating here. So maybe it would be a good idea for me to pull this, stick it back here, and instead of using the rosin there, or I'll make another one. It's not that big of a deal. And we can let the coal burn through for now, but we can go ahead and, excuse me. Oh my goodness, what did I just do? Don't shift click while you're trying to do that. Is that, I was like, is that snow? Get the rosin coming out, or the tar from these to go into that Stirling dynamo. It's just a pain because they're in two different places, which is just a lot of ugly piping. Especially since I only have 4 item pipes remaining to me. Okay, so let's just get some more item pipes, and then that way I can wrap up this episode, and we can kind of let it sit and see in between episodes how is this going to work for us. Where are those going? Are they going? Oh, they're going into my dank. Interesting. I was not expecting that to happen. I don't remember where things go. Why do you got to touch my inventory? Don't bother my inventory. Okay. So item pipes, then, if we item pipe off of, you know what, since it's already 3 blocks, we'll just go ahead and do. And then do. This is terrible routing. I do not like this at all, Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. I guess extract the tar out of there, put the tar into there, and then we can have the tar, very ugly, extract from there into there, but we'll disconnect this, and we'll disconnect this so that it's just straight running into there, and then you go into there. So now tar will come into here. Why would you allow sulfur dust to come in here if you cannot burn? Oh, you can burn sulfur dust. Okay, I don't want sulfur dust in here, though. I only want tar. Great. Which means this isn't going to work. I want tar in there, not sulfur, which means I need a separate drawer for sulfur, and I'm going to need a separate drawer for the tar. But now that gets me a little bit more power, another 80 RF going into there. And it's burning through the tar that we're actually getting now. But it goes pretty darn quick overall. All right, we'll have to see. I mean, I guess even the sulfur, I don't care. Burn whatever you got to burn. Like, if you're going to burn the sulfur, burn the sulfur. Well, there'll be other methods of creating sulfur. I think we're making sulfur, aren't we? Like, don't we have sulfur? Or we have sulfur crystals, and we have sulfur over here. Yeah, so I don't care. I'm not concerned about sulfur. We can crush that. And then that way we can utilize all of this, except for the nether quartz is the only thing that we're not going to end up using. Eventually, though, this is going to stop because that is now running slower. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. well, I'm going to let it sit for a while. I'm going to let my time in a bottle build back up. I'm going to kind of go chill out up here maybe. That way if the endermite spawns, I don't think the endermite can be able to come up here, will it? I'll chill out up on top of this little tree and just chill for a bit and see how things work out. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Again, like I said, I know that there are better ways for me to generate power. I just wanted to see if thermal can keep up. And honestly, it's not looking like it really can overall. And it's not the fault of thermal. It's the fault of power creep from other mods that can just do things better overall. Yeah, so anyway, if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.